Today we talk about.
And is there any what's been like the biggest drawback to this whole process that you've been going through? If you had to pick one thing or two.
I don't know, it throws sex into a really weird light.
Fair, that's fair. Yeah.
Because you go from being this in the system where it's like there's men who fuck men, or
Right.
men who fuck women, men who fuck men, women who fuck women.
Right.
But now it's like, well, there's women who want to fuck women, but they don't want a dick. So it's hard to break into that area.
Right,
And then there's a lot of guys who are like, I want to fuck a real man, not a trans woman. And then there's just all straight dudes who are like, well, if you fuck something with a dick, then it's gay. And I don't know. I think that's like such a ridiculous idea.
Well, I'm sure you would, but I'm sure you can understand why certain people think that way, right?
I mean, it's anal, like every time. Like if you're really looking for anal, go after a trans woman.
Huh, yeah, that's fair.
Or
The ass pussy, as they say.
Yeah,
Right?
the ass pussy.
I love. I don't know if you've seen Giannis Pappas. You know the comedian Giannis Pappas.
No.
He like went viral years ago for this Mauricia clip where he plays this character of a transgender Puerto Rican lady from the Bronx, I would say, and it's just like hilarious. Like he's using the whole accent, "Tase, ass pussy," like this whole thing. It was hilarious. So I'd highly recommend you guys check it out. He's a super funny comedian, actually, and he actually does his own podcast, like a history podcast. It's got like a history bent to it, but yeah, this is definitely more free flowing, kind of like your sexuality. Yeah. So is this?
Still figuring that shit out.
That's where I wanted to segue to. Is this still something you're figuring out? Like, what am I into sexually? Is that like a constant debate you're having with yourself?
Like I know I'm into women, and I haven't had sex with a guy yet.
Okay.
And I want to.
Uh-huh.
And that's where I'm at pretty much.
Gotcha.
Like I can't really, like I could go into and I'd have sex with a guy and I'm like, that was terrible. I didn't like any part of that.
Is there a dating app for this kind of thing?
Not really.
No. Okay.
They're like, I'm on one called Field, and it hasn't worked out well, to be honest.
You're not happily married ever after. Do you feel like it's better to be in a big city with the state you are undergoing?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, New York might be one of the most trans accepting cities. Most in part just because no one gives a shit about you. Like,
that's fair. I've noticed that. Yeah.
like I come from a small town in Connecticut.
Okay.
And as soon as someone found out I was transitioning, everybody knew I was transitioning.
Right.
And so then people weirdly give a shit and they don't give a shit, and it's confusing. But
They
you
have
walk around New
opinions.
York and everyone's like, oh yeah, it looks like a dude in a dress. I've seen that 4 times today. Who the fuck
Fair.
cares?
Yeah, especially in this area, right? Yeah, no, I've noticed that too with anything in life, really. But that small town feel, or like that niche thing you're in, like for me in a hospital, like once someone breaks up or once someone does something crazy, everyone knows about it. It's just like, just accept it. It's just like what it is. But I do like that about the city is like, you're just a person. Like, fuck you, right?
Like, you could be a serial killer and probably be like, I don't fucking care. He didn't kill me.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
good
Yeah,
with it.
exactly. And then how do you feel like that's bringing it back to stand up? Do you feel like that's it sounds like it's helped you out, but do you ever get that sense with your jokes sometimes, like if it's not connecting, it's not because people don't give a shit, it's maybe because they just don't find you funny, right?
Yeah, that can be a very brutal part of doing stand-up, especially because I kind of laid myself out on the line, and sometimes when a joke just bombs completely, like it feels very personal. But it's not really that big a thing.
It's not holding you back.
No.
Okay.
Because everybody bombs. Like that's kind
Yeah.
of the point of especially open mics.
Yes.
Like everybody bombs.
Yeah, it's
and if they're
miserable.
not bombing, then they should probably be getting one stage further. They need to move up a bit.
Right. Have you been doing any shows?
No, not
No,
really.
not yet. Okay.
Not since December.
Gotcha.